My man. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Plow with Pop On Podcast. I'm here with Danny. He just came back from a case tournament today. We're in Pensacola, Florida.
TBS Comics, shout out to them.
Cool. We're actually over here at Panda's Paradise right now. I quit locals to get their deck profile because Danny ended up going second place. Let's go. What were you playing today?
So I was playing Branded. It's my favorite deck currently. It's really good. Obviously, it's meta. I think it crushes Cashier if you play it right. The only deck this really loses to is Runic Naturia.
Okay.
Luckily, I didn't play into that though. It does really good in the Labyrinth. It does really good into a lot of things as well. The biggest issue though is that it bricks, and when you brick, you just lose the game. So you lose more to your own deck than you do anything else.
Before we go in the profile, what were matchups looking like?
So round one was Sword Soul. Won that 2-1. I bricked in game 2 and I just couldn't play. Round 2 was the mirror match. He did full combo. I mained Super Poly, and I Super Poly'd his board away, and then he was angry.
I bet.
That 2-0. Round 3, I lost to Live Twin Sprites. He drew like 8 cards, had 3 hand traps, and 2 Book of Eclipse. He was a good player. And then game 2, I had no cards, used Allure, and had to pitch my whole hand away. And then after that, I played into Labyrinth, 2-1 that, and then I played into Cashier. I would have 2-0'd, but I wasn't paying attention, and I lost game 2, but I got game 3.
Okay, cool.
And then we split top.
Very nice. Cool, man. Let's see what you got.
All right, so it's pretty standard starting off with its 3 Funnel Valbaz. Some people were playing 2. You want to play 3 because if Cashier banishes all of this, you actually can't play the game without this card. So you have to play 3. 2 Mercure, I'm playing Allure of Darkness, so this makes sense for me. This card is amazing. Albion, Cartesia, just 1 Cartesia. I am playing the Fusion Deployments, but you only need 1. There was 1 time where I wanted a second, but it doesn't come up enough to warrant it. 3 Oliver, 2 Tragedy. We're playing, of course, the Ad Libitum, but the only spicy card that we're playing in this lineup is Dramaturge. A lot of times that I'm finding is you're getting Tragedy out pretty early, and you want to add something that's not Aliber. Ad Libitum too early, it just doesn't do anything for you. So being able to end with like a Mirror Drade, Dramaturge, sometimes it's just enough because this is a negate on its own. This is also how you OTK a lot of people, I have found. So this lineup was good for me. Again, I am playing 2 of these because I'm playing the Allure package. If not, one suffices. On to the spells, pretty basic spell lineup for now. 3 Opening, 3 Fusion, 1 Lost, 1 Red, 1 Regained, and 1 White. So this is pretty standard currently. White is standard in the combo that you play. It's also just another fusion for when they inevitably ash this card. This card got ashed obviously all day. This is this deck's biggest weakness, but you build the deck to counter that. I am playing Regained for a simple reason that I like to draw cards. This worked well for me today, especially because I'm planning a small Frightfur package. I'll talk about this in a second though when we get to the Frightfur package. Traps, we're just running Beast and Retribution. Banishment is really good, but what I found is like I would rather just play other cards than Banishment. It's also just like, it feels subpar most of the time except in the mirror match. In the mirror match, of course, that card blows out, but I'm playing other cards that does that. Retribution's key, and then I'm playing a small Bestial package, so Beast is good. Beast worked well for me all day, so I wouldn't change that. The Bestial lineup, 1 Sarnier, 1 Lubellion. The combo requires you to have a Lubellion in hand or a Sarnier in hand. So yes, you're not opening up the crazy combo that ends on like craziness, but you don't need that most of the time. You need lights. So this obviously fulfills this, and it gets you your traps, which a lot of times just ending on like a Mirror Jade Lubellion with Beast is good enough. And then Sarnier promotes the combo to have a white.
Cool.
So it's also really good in the mirror. All right, so now we're getting into the cards that are considered flex cards. I'm playing 3 Super Polys. I thought the mirror was going to be prevalent today. I picked the wrong extra deck card to run with this for rogue matches, and it really did bite me in the ass. But into the Despia, he couldn't beat me. Triple Allure, we're playing the Allure package. I don't see why you wouldn't play this. This card is pot of greed on drugs.
Yeah.
So people who aren't playing this when you're playing Branded, I truly don't get it. So now we're playing 2 Fusion Deployments, 2, not 3, because I'm running another package as well. This card is cracked. So a lot of people had to read this card as well, which it's been out for a little bit, so I don't know. But you reveal one of your fusion monsters from your extra deck, and then you summon the specifically named monster. I actually did this one time to summon out Dark Magician to poly into Dragoons, and that was really good for that. But most of the time, this is grabbing your Cartesia. A lot of times, I would just put Cartesia on the board at the end, like towards the end of the turn, and then pass, because Cartesia fusioning something on their turn is just too good. Running the one called by the grave. I didn't see this all day, but obviously this is great.
Yeah.
We're running Foolish and Sheeran. This card overperformed for me today, like to an astronomical level. It should not have done really well, but I was sending Sheeran and putting Fallen of Albaz back in to get Lubellion, and that was just nutty. This also just is another way to get out Aliber, which you need to see. You need to see Aliber to start this deck, because if this deck breaks, you're losing. I'm playing the Dark Magician, I'm playing Dragoons.
Very nice.
The engine that I decided, so this is 44 cards. I was at 40 and I was like, this deck just needs a little bit more gas. So I'm doing a very small, Fright for Patchwork, or 2 Fright for Patchwork, Poly, Edge Imp Chain. The only way this breaks is when you hard open Poly, which didn't happen to me. So I said that we're playing Regained. The Regained is in here specifically for when you draw this card, you put it back in your deck with Regain when you banish it, and then it makes your Fright for Patchwork live. This card did really well for me today, drawing it. And as well as sometimes when you just see the Poly and none of the rest of it, like, yeah, it's your brick for the engine, but this card is just enough to get you there. So we're running a lot of gas.
Very gassy. It looks really good, dude.
Yeah, so let's get into the extra deck. So the extra deck's nothing too crazy. So it's 2 Mirror Jade, that's pretty standard. 2 Albion, Lubellion, Titaniaclad. This card did really well for me. I needed a card that is like a smoke screen good into Kashtira, and this is how you do that.
Okay.
Renbrum, Glory Dragon, this just you banish it
That's
from
the
Mercury.
new one right there, right?
Yeah, so this card is really good. This is, again, usually your 1 card out to Kashtira. I didn't summon it today.
I got you.
So, Grainer, this card is cracked. I summon this every single
Oh,
day.
that's the other new one,
Yeah, this card is disgusting. I was playing into the Kashtira in game 3, and he actually banished this from my extra deck, and it really hurt me. Proskinium, this card overperformed. It is cracked. Cortez, so these are my 2 Despians. You are playing, obviously, Protoplant.
Yep.
Chimera, Dragoons, Mud Dragon. This needs to be Garura. That's just plain and simple. This is...
Oh, yeah.
Like, this needs to be Garura.
You didn't like the Mud Dragon at all?
No, not at all.
I got you. Yeah, I can see. That's a good...
It was bad. So the extra deck, or the side deck, I felt like was absolutely, like, disgusting. It did really well for me. All right, so we're not running Lava Golems, but we're running as Kaijus. What I found is Kashtira are ending the better Kashtira aren't going for the lock most of the time. They're going to sit on 1 Arise Heart. This is your super easy answer to that. Lancia, this card is really good. It's good in the mirror, especially when they're running Allures, because they use Allure, you use this, and then they discard their whole hand. But it's really good in Kashtira to make sure they don't set their board up, because as long as they don't do the craziness of locking your whole board, you're beating that deck 9 out of 10 times. Triple Evenly, I've said it to the whole team. I've got the whole team on this deck, on this card. Evenly is just cracked.
It really is.
Yeah, nothing beats it right now. Triple Crossout, you have to have Crossout Designator with Dimensional Barrier and Ash Blossom. This is the bane of our deck's existence most of the time. A lot of times you can usually play through it, but obviously you want the card to go through. In the mirror match, I crossed out Designated his Brand Infusion twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was
very nice.
And then I drew the one of Ash, and I ashed his third one. So he wasn't going anywhere. And then my last card was Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. This is how you win into time. This probably could be in the main extra. I don't know what I'd cut for it. But it's really good about, you're really good about getting them pretty low. I got one guy to 2,000 life points, and then I summoned this, and he can't do anything.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Yeah.
What was that, like 500 or 600?
It's 600.
Yeah,
so you have to pay 600.
Well, hell yeah, man. So y'all went out to Pensacola. You and shout out Tyler. He's over there, Dumble Daddy. We're about to get his profile too. You and Tyler went out there. So you got second. Tyler got third. You also went out there with old Murphy, Michael Murphy.
Yep.
He was playing a deck, and he got ninth, I believe.
Yeah, he bubbled out by 1.
Yeah,
So that's what he gets for losing to Scrubs.
Around the bubble field center.
Yeah, get the. We'll put a picture of that on the screen.
He's actually off the team.
Nah, shout out Michael. Shout out all you guys. Y'all go out there. You show them what's up. Pop One Podcast. Yeah, he
So
really
we got
does.
a 3v3 coming up tomorrow too. I'll be taking the same exact deck, but with
Oh,
Grower.
you're going to the 3v3?
Yep. So we're gonna see how it goes tomorrow. Tyler's not gonna go because he has this thing called a job.
Which is
And a kid.
kid, child, all that.
But we'll see how it goes. And then we have some regionals coming up soon.
Very
and
soon.
then I'm not going to LA, but YCS Philly comes up in 2 months, and I hope to see you guys there.
So we'll see you in Philly, YCS Philly. We'll see Michael Murphy. We'll see Alex and I think Jay out in LA for the 250th. It's gonna be a crazy year, and it's already starting off very well.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, Danny. Thanks for going to play for us, man. It was really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
See you next time.
Yep.
Peace.